Well, good morning, everybody. Tuesday, October 23, I think. Yeah, we're getting some snow. She started snowing last night. I never got all that wood cut because CP and I had a dinner date with some friends. So we never got all the wood cut. So it's going to be a little bit snowy covered, but not bad. Well, depends on what you consider not bad, I guess. In this situation here, we are dealing with, well, we're sitting around probably 4 inches. I'm going to guess. I don't know. I could be wrong. Stuff that nobody wants to see. Friggin' traffic is just crawling. Yeah, nobody's moving fast. Roads are gonna be icier than all fuck. Anyway, I'm on my way to the city. So, let's see what happens. I'll let you guys go. Talk to you later. Yep, that time of the year. The snow definitely is here. We got hit pretty good. A few guys have asked, and talking to a few of the neighbors, and I'd have to say we're sitting somewhere between 4 to 5 inch. I don't know how the hell they measure snow or anything. Like, do you squash it down? Do you just stick a ruler in the freaking snowbank and go from there? But by this stuff out here in the open, yeah, I'm gonna say right around that 4 inch, maybe just a hint more. So it's a winter wonderland here. Glad I was in the city this morning, didn't get home until noonish. So now we're running a couple of bales out. I already got one out for the cows. This one here is an alfalfa bale. These are the cows at home. Our cows that are on rented land still, they got lots of feed. They're actually eating the same stuff, only it's froze out now. But these girls out here, I'm feeding them on the north end of this pasture just to get the manure content built up on that end. So yeah, I'll bring you back once we're done unrolling this bale. Talk to you then. Just bumper along, guys, just bumper along. Screwed up on that one, hitting it with the wrong time too much. There we go. I'm actually unrolling it backwards. Not that it really matters. Just gotta be really careful that you don't stab your fork into the fucking ground and catch a goddamn rock and break a tine. Break one of them round bale spears. At $400 a spear, you don't want to be breaking them. I'll bring it back in a minute. Alrighty guys, so if anybody's wondering how I make my hinges, That's how I make my hinges right there. I know where this hinge is going, so I measure it. I basically need 12 inches. I made this 13 total, but I lose an inch over here for the rod, the up rod, and the washer. There's the mate right there. The gate sits down on top of my hinges, so when I go to install, I have a nut on the one. This hinge, the up and down, is an inch longer. You can see that there. And then I've got a nut on the top, and we'll just whack the fucking thread so the nut can't back off. That way the cows can't lift the gate off. Simple as that. And it's just weld the son of a bitch on, weld this part to your main rod, then weld this washer all in solid to this and that for reinforcing. And the gate sits on that washer part right there. Works good enough for me. Anywho, that's 2 done. I got to get a couple more made here. They're cut and ready to go. So these ones are shorter. These ones are 12 inches. They're not 13. So it works. Just pick yourself up a piece of 3/4 inch rod. I'm just using 1x1 square tubing for gates, so they're lighter. If I was using a big heavier gate, then I would probably use like a 7/8 or a 1 inch rod. But in this case, this will be fine. Anywho, that's her for today. I'm gonna just play in the shop here building this stuff, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Talk to you later. First burn of the year. Just lit her up. This will be a nice warm heat, and it's so friggin' humid. One of the windows on my house, see all the moisture? It'll help draw some of that moisture out too. And so, time to get him going. Later. Alrighty guys. Well, Big Blues got the loader on him. And how many of you guys do this? Got a wood burner in your shop, got deer meat that was not processed from last year, they've been sitting in the freezer, so I just threw that son of a bitch with the door open on a couple of pipe in there, pulled it out, and put her on the flame for mocha dogs. Now you got yourself a deer roast. It hasn't been in there for very long, but it's definitely enough that it's not frozen anymore. And right now it's pretty hot, actually. She's not really wanting to dig right into it, are you, Moki? Huh? Are you wanting to dig into this? Look, it's still kind of frozen. I know Tinker will friggin' go ballistic on it, but I don't want her to have it. Yeah, good old mocha dogs. Anywho, I'll let her play with that. I had to lower this down a little bit and grease the knuckle point there. Everything else is greased, but I got to grease that top knuckle point up there on both sides, and then he's ready to rock and roll. Oh, and the grapple. I got to grease the grapple up. So, no time like the presents, right? God dang it. Let's get at her. Alrighty guys, so just kind of doing a whole bunch of little jobs around here. Feeding cows and checking this tractor over. Got it all greased up. And now dug out our 24-foot loadout alley. And taking it over to the neighbor's place, where we have our rented pasture. Now we're up to somewhat speed. So yeah, this thing's 24 feet friggin' wide, and I'm just gonna carry it over there instead of hooking to a trailer and so on and so forth. And see how many people I can piss off by being so wide. Especially if I do this, which is go right down the middle of the friggin' road, because I pretty much take up the whole road. If somebody comes, well then I guess I just gotta move the hell over. Worst point would be up ahead here. We've got an approach right there, and then from that approach to the corner on the main grid here, it's what the hell is it, half a mile, something like that, to the corner. So if somebody comes over that hill in front of us, they ain't gonna see me very quickly, and I ain't gonna see them very quickly. So this could be interesting. After that, it'll be clear sailing, because there'll be lots of approaches, and look how white it is. But lots of approaches and lots of open flat ground, so I could see all the way and get off the road in time before they get to me. But from here, this next half mile, there's not really anywhere for me to go to get off the road. Anyway, let's get the hell to the neighbor's place. Talk to you later. Well, how about that? We never encountered a single vehicle. It's basically midday here, almost mid-afternoon. So, yeah, the high traffic time is not right now. So we'll run this rope and tie this sucker to this tie. It's a railroad tie post right here. And basically, we get the cows in that big holding pen back there, and then we bring them around into this area. And there's a panel right there that we slide across to close that off. And then it flows right into this chute area. You just back up. So let's get this tied up and get back home. Talk to you later. And cows are basically all out there. Half a dozen of them heard me and they came up already. One is right here with her calf, and then there's some more getting water. I came over here, and now some of them were jogging up to see me. So it won't be hard to get them up into the corrals for when we want to bring them home. They're eager to get out of here by the looks of it. And get out of that second growth. It's froze out anyways. Anywho, I got a few gates to get hung up at home, so, well, one in particular. And then start cutting steel for either more gates or round bale feeders, one or the other. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Let's get our butts home. Alrighty guys, so some of you that have been following CP in my channel for the last little while, you'll remember we had this gate here, and for a long time it was basically just tied with a friggin' piece of baler twine. That would always break, and the gate was in the muck. Then I put a couple of those anchor hinges. It's like a leg screw hinge. So literally you could screw it right into the post there and there. And that kind of sort of worked, but not overly great. And I did not measure this part right here on this damn gate. I can't get my nut so a cow can't hypothetically stick her head underneath and lift it off. So either I come with the grinder and I buzz this off a little bit right here, this top edge, knock it down some, and then get the nut on it and whack the threads. Or I don't know what else we're going to do. I could whack the thread, drive the nut on it with that buggered thread, then maybe it won't lift off. But regardless, the gate is on proper hinges now. Downside, this gate was built for a different location that we do not use it anymore. It's actually built to fit in between, like from that post over there to this post over here. And I've pulled it back to the side of the post. So now this gate doesn't reach properly, but it doesn't really need to. I could always get a hunk of rope, tie the gate to the door when we want it shut like that. That would work. What it does when the door is closed, we always end up with a calf or something that wants to try crawling out from underneath. And this way, the gate hangs actually lower than the door. So, yeah. And when not in use, we could fold it up against the goddamn wall over here. I'll have to put a latch on the wall of some sort to hold it open. But this is a lot better than what it was. There. Sweet. That one's done. Now, over there, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I've got hinges for over there. CP would like a gate that goes from that post all the way across to here. Well, that's like a friggin' 14-foot gate for this alleyway. And that's not the best of post. So I don't know what we're going to do. Unless I narrow up this alleyway a whole hell of a lot. But we'll see what happens as time goes on. Just one more step towards being done. Well, you're never done when you got cows. You always find something that you want to change to make it better. So, but this is one stage closer to being better. Anywho, okay, let's go to something different later.